The next really important part when talking about how your player is going to navigate through the game is obviously communicating with your player at every point, where they need to be, where they need to go, what their mission is. It's very important that the player knows at all points of the game what they should be doing. So let's look at some of the ways that we can communicate what we need to do with our players. I'm going to use this scene 1 as an example because the first way that we can give instructions to the player as to what to do is by simply having another character explain and give them a mission. So I'm going to click past this. I get my game points as before. And here I have a conversation. Good morning, John. Tell me what I can do for you. And here my character, John, gives me the mission, tells me what I need to do. And through this conversation at the end, my protagonist says, I'll go directly to her place and find any evidence. And at that point, I'm taken directly to the next scene. I'm not giving the player a lot of choice. So here I've arrived into this scene and there's a lot of things to click here, but I don't have a lot of instruction as to what I should be doing. So I've come to her place. It might be obvious what I need to be doing, but remember, we've got to be very clear with our players what they need to be doing all the time. Your players don't like to get lost. They don't like to be confused. So here we need to communicate with them what to do. Okay, so a very easy way to do that is right when I arrive in here to scene 2, I'm going to want a trigger. I want it to shoot the minute I arrive into the scene. Or call it a hint. Okay, and what do I want this trigger to do? What do I want to happen when I click, when I arrive into this scene and this trigger shoots? So I want to tell them something, so I'm going to use a show notification. Let's say hint. And I'm going to tell them to look for clues. And the button text will just be a simple OK. I'll save that. Okay, so let's preview this scene again and see how different it is. So now I'm arriving into this scene. I'm going to immediately get a quick instruction. My notification appears straight away. Find information. Let's find all the information we can on Laura and this scandal she was working on. So here I'm straight into the story. I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to do. So this is a really good way to communicate with your player. It's nice and obvious. It pops up in front of their face and they have to click it to make it go away. But be careful using only notifications for information that your player might need to remember. So your player could get distracted, or they could, as we have a habit sometimes, of clicking pop-ups too quickly before we've read them properly. And they might not get the full message that you have in the hint. So this is why we use objectives. Objectives are by far the best way to communicate to your player what they need to be doing at any point in time. So here we've got 2 pieces. We've got an add objective and a complete objective. I'm going to create a new objective with the same name. My objective is to find information. There we go. Find information. I'm going to save that. And now you see I have this objective added. And as we preview the scene, you're going to see how that's different visually for the player and a lot better communicated what they need to do. So I arrive into this scene, my auto trigger will shoot and it will show me this information in the notification block. And then I get a new objective, find information. All right, so we've added our objective for our player to tell them what they need to be doing, but we're not done because you saw that there's an add objective, but there's also a complete objective. So we also need to tell the player when they are when they have reached the objective, when they have completed the tasks that are included in this objective. So let's see, I've got a laptop with a bunch of information, got some files, I've got a post-it, I've got a drink can. Okay, but I think the vast majority of the information is probably going to be in this flow in the laptop. Okay, this is where I'm going to get most of my information. So this is where, at this point, remember in your flows, you can think of these like time as well. So I'm going to click on the laptop, I'm going to play the mini game, I'm going to play another mini game, another mini game, another mini game, and I'm going to have found all the information I wanted to find. So here I'm going to go, select the objective, and click on save. So let's go ahead and preview this scene and see how our added and completed objective will display. So first I see my automatic trigger fires and I get my notification. And then I have my new objective. And now that I have a complete objective configured, you'll see that my objective is going to stay here to inform me that I have this pending task, this information that's still pending for me to find. And that's going to stay there until I reach the point in the correct flow where I have created that complete objective. And at that point, this objective will be completed and will disappear from the view here. So let's see, we're going to start interacting with some of the things in the scene. We're going to try and find all the information. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the computer, because that's where I'm going to find some information probably. But I need a login for the computer, so I need to do something else first. What's this? So this is a drink can. Okay, that's an object that I've picked up. It's in my inventory. What's this? Oh, wait, I have a post-it. What is on the post-it? I think it says QWERTY. Okay, so that's probably my password for the computer. So let's go here and we'll try it. This is the mini game called Login. There we go. Correct password. Get some points for getting into the computer. And this is the next block, which is the minigame file explorer. And here you have to find the correct file. This is a nice way to hide in a game some of that information you want your players to consume. So I know that this is the correct file, and this is a file that explains all the new games this year published by GameLearn. This is the information that we want them to see. I found the correct file, and of course the files that you include in the file minigame can be stored in the phone as a reference document or as a lesson. So that's done, and my next block is our minigame clickable image. And it says, where is the game on coaching? So I know that our game on coaching is Echo. That's the correct answer. I get my immediate feedback. And I continue. And this is our last mini game here, which is the select cards. So I click on the cards. Okay, so which ones are GameLearn games? We've got SOS, we've got Countdown, Aqua, Chocolate, and Sahara. And of course, Donkey Kong is not a GameLearn game. Correct answer. And as you can see, my objective is complete and it has disappeared from the view in the corner.